In the heart of a restless city, where the streets never truly slept and neon lights drowned out the stars, there lived a little homeless cat. His fur was ragged, patchy in places where hunger had stolen his shine. His paws were rough, worn down from endless wandering across concrete sidewalks and back alleys. His thin frame trembled each time the cold wind blew through the streets. He had no name, no collar, no home. To most people, he was just another shadow that scurried past in the night. But deep inside, the cat carried a spark. He called himself Survivor not because anyone had given him that name, but because it was the only truth he knew. Every day was a battle. Every night was a test. And yet, he endured. Each morning, as the city stirred awake, Survivor crept behind a bakery on the corner of a busy street. The smell of warm bread and butter filled the air, making his stomach ache with longing. Sometimes, if he was lucky, a kind baker tossed out crumbs, and he would lick them from the ground gratefully. Other times, the workers chased him away, shouting as though his presence were a crime. Still, he returned day after day, never giving up hope that maybe, just maybe, someone would notice him not as a nuisance, not as a stray, but as a living soul who wanted nothing more than kindness. The days turned into weeks, weeks into months. Survivor had seen the city in every season, blazing summers that made the streets burn under his paws, autumn winds that carried the scent of roasted nuts and chestnuts, winters that froze his tiny body, and springs that teased him with brief warmth before fading again. One winter night, the city was especially cruel. The sky poured rain in icy sheets, and the wind howled through the narrow alleys like a hungry wolf. Survivor shivered under a broken cardboard box, pressing his body against the cold pavement. His ribs ached, his paws were numb. For the first time, his tired eyes closed with the thought that maybe this was the end. Maybe tomorrow would never come. But fate had a different plan. A soft light cut through the darkness, the glow of a street lamp, and beneath it, footsteps approached. Survivor barely opened his eyes. Through the rain, he saw a young woman holding an umbrella, her face framed with concern. She stopped when she noticed the trembling little body curled in the shadows. "Oh, you poor thing," she whispered. She set her umbrella aside and crouched down. Her hands were gentle, her voice warm, as if she'd known him all her life. She took off her scarf, wrapped it carefully around the tiny cat, and lifted him into her arms. Survivor was too weak to resist. For the first time in his life, he didn't fight. He simply let himself be held. That night changed everything. The woman took him home to a small but cozy apartment. She dried his fur, gave him warm milk, and laid him on a soft blanket. Survivor purred faintly, a sound he had almost forgotten how to make. The woman smiled. "You're safe now, little one. You're not a stray anymore. From today, you're my prince." And just like that, the homeless cat had a name. Days passed, then weeks. Prince's fur grew thick and shiny. His once bony body became strong, and his eyes lit up with playfulness. He chased toy mice across the living room, stretched in the sunbeams pouring through the window, and curled up each night on his new owner's bed. He had found the family he had always dreamed of. But Prince's story didn't end there. The woman who saved him was an artist. She loved painting portraits, and soon, her favorite subject became her new companion. She painted Prince, sleeping on the couch, stretching by the window, and even staring at the city lights outside. Each painting captured the spark in his eyes, the spirit of a cat who had survived the impossible. One day, she posted one of these portraits online with the caption, "From homeless stray to beloved friend, meet Prince." The world took notice. People from every corner of the globe began to follow Prince's journey.